Why did you end? I'm not. I'm not getting this. Okay. I don't know why this ended all of a sudden. Maybe it was an internet blip, but we will start this again. This is the January 2021 energy reading. I do these energy readings because a lot of people are channelers and psychics, but the people they channel are angels, are a lot of them galactic beings. But galactic beings, which you would call aliens, but we just call them galactic in the spiritual community because you communicate with them the same you do ghost mediums, your ancestors. Um, they have their own agendas. And angels, I love them so much. And I just did healing with the angel 10 minutes ago to activate my life, multi-dimensional light body. But they have not had an earthly existence. So it's very, very high end. It is correct. It is about love. It is about light. It is about opening your heart. But if they haven't been here, they don't know how hard or challenging it is to open your heart. Okay. Especially if it's been broken or hurt, right? They don't know how challenging it is to always look for the light when in front of you, you're seeing all these horrible circumstances. So even though they are correct, ultimately, if you do follow their advice, it's just really hard to get practical information. So I do these ancestral guidance ones because and your ancestors or my ancestors have had an earthly experience. So the energy reading and advice and guidance is a lot more grounded. You're not going to hear, oh, let the love and light. It's like, look, take time to do self-care tonight, okay? You're going to need it. It's just a different vibe. We need more people who are melanated like me, who do channel their ancestors and other beings to be able to come on and offer this guidance because I really think we need a more practical, grounded view, and especially from melanated beings because we are integral to this earth experience. We are integral to everything here. So if you're talking to people and you're only focusing on people who don't have that, you're missing out on four-fifths of the information, 80%. I know you think you know it all, but you don't. So that is why I like to do these ancestral guidance readings and offer that different perspective. Okay, and for the new people, my last video cut off, so I had to start again. My name is Lisa Phillips. I have two different platforms that I have. One is I invest in real estate. I work with Black professionals to invest in Black neighborhoods. We look in low-cost houses to buy and hold for passive income. And we look at houses that are $30,000 to $50,000. It's sort of like our niche. And I also teach investors how to invest out of state if they want to capitalize on those deals. And so that is what we do going into minority neighborhoods because we're the actual people who actually invest in the Black community as Black investors. So we're really proud that we're the people who are actually putting our money where our mouth is, and we are creating real change. And if you join our Facebook group, it's like 11,000 people. Tommy, so nice to see you. Surprise, like I said. Not used to Caucasian audience staying in here, but like hope if you like the content and are open spiritually to a different sort of thing, you're going to get it here. So I am happy to see you again. But we'll see if you stay, right? So that's my real estate investing platform, best-selling author, investing in rental properties for beginners. Pretty proud of that one. I was actually surprised to see I have like 650, like it's 4.5, 5-star reviews. I'm like, all right, y'all like me. You really like me. At least that's my investing arm. My spirituality arm, I'm an angelic healer. I'm a channeler. I'm a medium. I guess you'd say psychic to the uninformed, but we just call them spiritual gifts because you all have them. If you wanted them to, you could have the same. So to all those out there listening to me about my ancestral guidance, you can learn to do this too, because maybe we need to hear what your ancestors say. My ancestors, everyone has a different lineage and what they're good at. You have artists, this and that. I'll just tell you mine. We are teachers. There's 4 main categories of what my soul and ancestral lineage is, which is why the advice I give sort of corresponds to that bend, because everyone has a certain bend, right? And so it's really important to know where they're coming from. We are magicians, meaning we magize. We manifest extremely well, and we use that to our advantage. We are teachers. We teach complex subjects. We can break them down and make them easily digestible. We are healers. You know, I have healings on my YouTube channels. Please check them out, and my Instagram, all my channels basically. If you wanted to check them, I am a very powerful healer. It goes really deep. I heal with the angel. Well, for you guys do my angelic healings. For myself, I heal with all sorts of multi-dimensional beings. It's not just angels. They are, name it. They exist, okay? And if you can communicate with them, which you all can, if you wanted to, and take the time to develop this skill, because it's a skill. It's not like I'm special. The only thing special about me is that I showed up every day and spent 10 to 20 minutes practicing this craft, going, okay, angels, da 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 da, what do you say? Writing it out. And at first it started with one word, then it was a sentence, now it's paragraphs, now it's, it's a lot bigger, right? So the only thing special about me is that I showed up every day and just did the work, even if it was like 10, 20-minute chunks. Honestly, it was 10-minute chunks, but you do it consistently. You can hear the other side, and then you can hear people higher than the other side. So I don't really mess with ghosts or anything. That's not really my vibe. I just stay with very high vibrational beings. So yeah, this is the ancestral guidance on the energy reading. And like I said, I tell you, oh yeah, and the fourth thing we're warriors. We're spiritual warriors. So when it comes to spiritual warfare, you're not going to win on this side of the thing. I will always remember and know my spirit. I will always remember I'm of the light. And I am always spiritually protected, and I know how to wage my own, and don't come for me, because I know how to spiritually protect myself both defensively and actively. Don't play. And I roll with a big posse of spiritual beings, including my dragon guide, who's also a warrior. So don't mess with me. So the energy reading for this month by my ancestors, who I explained to you what their bend is. So they're going to have a certain way of doing things. And if you go back through, you'll see it's very different than other people who do energy readings, because that's who we are as spiritual beings. And what we got today is, for this month, you really need to stay on course. There's going to be some things you're going to see that are going to be quite shocking, because if you've been paying attention, we're going through the ascension process. In order to ascend, all this low dimensional things need to come apart. That's why in education, right, all of a sudden people are homeschooling and virtual schooling. Education, the way it was set up, was not for our highest good. It was not allowing the highest expressions of ourselves. It was molding people to be brainwashed and to understand to be brainwashed. So any institution that was like that is destined to come crumbling down. It also depends on your vibration as well, but that's a whole other topic. And don't get distracted this month with all the things that you're going to see in the media and with politics. And senators are going to contest the electoral college results. And if they don't do this by this time and it doesn't get certified by this time, then the rules say that Trump could say, okay, it could get a little messy. Okay. So don't pay attention to that. You need to just focus on yourself. Let that play out the way it's supposed to, because this is all part of a bigger scheme of all of the systems that were not for our highest good, that did not encourage free will, to come crumbling down. And that is what you're seeing, one by one by one. And I can't wait. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I can't wait for the government infrastructures to come crumbling down. It is important to be mindful of your energy and self-care when you need to. So there's going to come points when you're tired and run ragged, and they're saying for this month that you really need to take care of that and stop and don't keep pushing through. This isn't the month for that, because there's going to be so much going on. You always remember, they said, you create your world, so choose wisely. So right now, I was going to say, when I was talking about, I can't wait to see the destruction and crumbling of this as we ascend. My vibration, my energy is on ascension, and, we're leaving this behind and we are integrating. We're going to a higher frequency and a higher level. Now, I choose that. That is what I walk in my belief system. There are other people who believe that ascension's not possible, that you're not spiritual, and that a government says this, it must be true, and I have to do it, versus me, who's more spiritual and at a higher vibration. I'm like, I don't care what the government says. If I want to go to the beach, I'm going to manifest me going to the beach. I don't care if they try to lock that down. I'm going to manifest us not locking it down. I don't care if they say this and they're trying to fear me with the COVID. My energy, my mentalism is 100% has been programmed by myself to go, I'm not going to get the virus. And if I do, it's not going to be bad because I can heal myself, right? So it depends on what you choose in your programming. I walk out this house, I emit that frequency, right? I emit that frequency. I rewrite that code. Every time I think of it, I rewrite that code. I think about it, I write that code. Guess what my reality is? I haven't gotten it. I'm not worried about getting it. We haven't been locked down, right? A little bit more restrictive, but not locked down. If they say it is, I'm going to be like, well, my different ways that I do magic and manifestations, because that's part of my lineage. I'll be like, they said I can't go to the beach. Oh, I'm going to the beach. Spirit guides, show me how this is going to happen. I don't care what they do, because I choose and I know that I'm a spiritual being. I have spiritual support. I'll just test my spirit guides because they can do way more than you can on the street to get me what I want. So just whatever they try, it doesn't matter. If that's not what I want, I'm going to manifest what I do want, right? Now, if you're here and you're like, it's scary and people need to stay home and we need to control people and we need to go on lockdown, and that's the reality you're choosing, and that is the script you're writing for yourself. We can live side by side. And that's the reality you get, and that is not my reality. You got to understand what we're going through this ascension process. It's a bifurcation. It is a splitting. So if you choose to be mindful of what you're choosing to program into you. Now, it's not so easy sometimes if you don't believe that you have the ability to manifest your life, if you don't believe that you're a spiritual being and you're just as powerful as anyone else, if you don't believe that, you have the ability to control, even though they're trying to control. If you don't believe that, then you're going to believe them. If you believe them, trust and believe, they want to keep you in a state of fear and low vibration so you never figure out your power. But literally, that's your choice if that's the programming you want to give yourself. So right now, it's very, very important that you remember that you create your own world. I'm telling you, I live right next to people, and we are in two different COVID worlds. They have gloves on, masks, barely leaves the house, scared, fearful, watching CNN all day. I'm right next to them. I live right next door. I've been going to the beach every day. I've been going to work out at the gym. This has been the best year of my life, 2020, as far as my business. It's been the best year for this. I've been dating. How are you dating in a pandemic? I just am, because I don't buy into the fear narrative. I know you do, but that's your spiritual journey. I'm a spiritual warrior. So when it came to spirituality and understanding that the spirit world is where I win, that is where I gravitate towards. And that's like, if they try to do something, I go straight to spirit and be like, how we manifest me doing this, right? So it's very important right now that you understand. I'm going to keep saying it. You choose your fear narrative or non-fear narrative, right? You choose. So there's a lot of religious people. We're in the same world. I'm spiritual. They're religious. They call what I do sorcery and witchcraft. And I'm like, the three magi visited Jesus with frankincense, gold, and myrrh. All right. So you really need to get over that. But the thing is, we both have our own ways of using spirituality to take care of us. Like religious people are like, God has me. And I have tons of faith in that. So do what you want to do. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But if it's not, God will protect me. And people make fun of it, but they walk with the confidence. The script that they are creating in their mind is that I'm always protected, I'm always loved. And they do it a little differently than me because I'm really active. I channel. I know there's different spiritual beings and spiritual realms, and dragons exist, and all those other things that you can talk to them and integrate with them and ask them for guidance and help. So I do it more towards like, I got a whole posse of spiritual beings that I can communicate with to ask for help. And they're like, xxLisa, what else do you need? Right? And so I walk in faith and confidence going, oh, if I ask them to protect me, they're going to protect me. If I ask them to bind somebody and remove them from me, they're going to bind and remove. And I generally have more access to different spiritual beings than other people. So I know, unless you come in with the big dogs, like what it is. And so, so yes, at the end of the day, that is, so spiritual, religious, we sort of have different ways of coming to the same conclusion, but we walk and we don't live in the fear narrative because we have that spiritual support and guidance. So at the end of the day, you can make fun of us all we want, but I'm not sitting here on lockdown. I'm not sitting here scared. I'm not sitting here losing money. I didn't lose my house. None of that. We are manifesting what we want, them through prayer, me through my manifestation and magic techniques, but we are both walking and our scripting and our frequency that we emit when we walk out. My frequency is like, I'm going to be okay. It doesn't matter how they try to scare you. That is the world that we're manifesting. But like I said, if you choose to believe that this is it, there's nothing else, no one can help you, God's not real, Sophia's not real, spirit guides aren't real, angels aren't real, if that's the life that you want to live and you really trust and believe that, understand when you walk out the house, you're emitting that frequency. and that's what you get. So that's what my ancestors wanted us to know for this month. And each month it really does change. You can go back and look at my other past lives on this, but that's where we're at right now. So if you stay tuned, I will also do the weekly energy reading. So just so you know, I am currently working on 2 workshops. I do angelic healing. So I guess my last client, we talked about business, we talked about relationships, especially in the divine feminine aspect. And we do channeling sessions and we do healing sessions. So if you want, you can go to my Soul Powered Life if you'd like to work with me directly. I always enjoy them because I am a healer. And so I love showing people like, look what we can do. Oh, you want to channel in this? Let's channel, and just showing them that, like, yeah, we have access to this support. Also, I'm working on 2 workshops that I will post on my YouTube channel. One is light body activations, and the other, we just did the day 1, which was a detoxification and cleanse. You do need to do that for 3 days because out of all the healings I've done, like the light body activation, activating your multidimensional self, it's very challenging, okay? Very. So you can sign up for that one if you'd like. And the other workshop I'm going to do is, I'm thinking of doing one for like divine feminine and dating, just because tapping into your divine and your femininity, how much it raises your power of attraction and the quality of men you get is pretty absolutely amazing. It would work with, does this work with, this is for the women. Okay. So this is for the women or people who are in a homosexual relationship. They are the female energy. That's what it would work for. So yeah, those are the 2 workshops. I do a lot of live workshops. I do one about every couple of weeks. So please join if you can. And with that, thank you so much. And I'm going to stay on and do this week's guidance, which is a little different than the months. All right. So remember, stay focused on yourself, self-care when you need, and remember you create your reality. If you don't want to believe that, you don't have to, but trust and believe over here we do. Thank you. Mercury, what's your real name? So I can just, or is it Mercury? You know, the planet of communication, right? Which rules Wednesday. I know all the planets. Watch my other one about like 2 weeks into the shift because all of us are being guided by the planets